Well, I don't understand the loudness of it. All right, everybody. Hey, how you doing? This is Scott Baio here. This is our take on things you should not do in public, or things you should try to avoid doing in public.
Like masturbation, which I never do in public.
Yes, very important to not do that in public. But
okay, and also running naked down the street with a meth pipe.
Remember streaking?
Yeah. Yes, I do.
Was that in the early 70s?
I think it was.
I think it was people like the song, the novelty song, The Streak.
No, the streaker came first, and then the song came.
Yeah, you're right. And then all the sports, baseball games, things like that, people would streak.
In Encino, I was in Dupars, that used to be near Pettit and Balboa and Ventura, and there was a girl in high school that I knew that streaked.
Really? She wears sneakers? Or just fully naked?
She did have shoes on. She had her car parked outside. She ran through. Somebody said, I think somebody's going to streak. And I remember she was a little heavy.
Just outside in the parking lot or in the
No,
restaurant?
she ran right through
What
Dupars.
was the point of that?
It was, I don't know, but she ran through Dupars.
Wasn't it on the Academy Awards?
Yes, it was. David Niven was standing there.
Famous.
And what did he say?
He said people like to show their shortcomings.
Yeah.
By the way, you know that guy died. Was murdered 5 years later
by a streaker.
No, it was a. I looked him up on Wikipedia. He was like killed in a robbery.
It was a crime streak going on.
It was crime streak. Yeah, he did. Yeah.
So George has something called Witzelschut, which is a condition. If you get banged in the head, you are subject to making a lot of puns. You are overly friendly to strangers.
That's correct.
And you change the subject constantly.
Constantly.
And we just discovered this about George.
I'm not sure it's real, though. I'm thinking the whole thing is put on.
Real.
I think
really?
Yeah, I'm not sure it's real.
I don't know. They have a lot of psychotropic weird shit that people do.
Because I found the support page online, and all they do is tell each other old passe
You think it might be
jokes.
a put on?
I think it might be a put on.
But whatever it is, you have it.
You have a problem, is what you have.
George comes up with the most unique puns that, and hopefully he governs himself a little bit doing this. But we should just turn you loose, George. All right, what are we talking about?
Well,
streaking and other things you don't do in public. Well, what did you want to say about him?
Oh no, I was just going to say the how he introduces himself to strangers and then brings them over to our group.
Right.
Like we'll sit there. We have a cigar lounge we hang out at.
I think the best of people, and you shouldn't smoke alone. You shouldn't feel welcome.
First of all, you all understand this. You have your group of friends, and it's hard to let somebody new in. It's been that way since cavemen. Gronk is coming in, and Rockhead doesn't want him to come in, so they have to figure out a way. But none of them had Witzelschut. Whatever George.
Yeah, he will literally. There'll be a guy who I think is actually staking out the store to do an armed robbery, and George will go, "Hey, my name's George. Why don't you come sit with us?"
Well, maybe he just diffused an armed robbery.
He did, and the guy was sitting there, and you could see. Oh, well, I guess I better sit here because I. But it's funny. He'll bring in people that just don't work with the group.
Yeah.
And then they leave. The next day they're there. He'll bring him in again.
Yeah.
But he is a very friendly guy.
That's how we go. George was last to come in to the group. George was last.
I think he forced himself into the group. He said, "Hey, I'm George."
No. I went in and said, "We have something in common."
Yes, right. We had something in common. We went beyond that. But then we
have someone in common.
Someone in common. and then something happened with a dinner where George. I said I was going to get sushi, and George said, "Come on, I'll buy you sushi. I'll treat.
I'll go if you let me buy.
Let you pay."
And you invited.
And I invited the whole lounge.
Yes, I remember that.
And they all went.
And they let him pay.
George, what, I owe you $100?
That was funny, actually.
Anyway, so George. Yeah. Anyway, so things you shouldn't do in public. Streaking, you can't. I'm sure there's still streaking going.
I don't think streaking anymore. I don't think that. Because
all right, so we've got streaking.
Things you don't do in public.
How about, people do this in public, but you have to do it the right way. You can't blow your nose where it sounds like a foghorn.
But if you want, I understand.
I don't think you
I understand
blow
your
nose
point.
in public.
But people You have to, if you have to. But
I would get up
But
and
it
try
feel
to-
like you got a thorough nose blow. Some people need to honk it like
But not
that.
in front of us.
No, you could go around the corner.
Yeah. Or
You don't.
leave.
Do you blow your nose like that? I think you do.
I come and go. It comes and goes.
but what?
sometimes.
How? I mean, aren't you damaging something?
No,
up in
I
there?
don't think it's actually any better, but it feels like you did a very. And I got I have to check for bats in the bat cave expression from you.
I get it.
And it makes you. I think everybody does that. They might not admit it, but they. when
I
you go
don't-
to
I
the
never
bathroom,
do it.
You
I-
wash your hands. You say, "Is my nose clean?"
I never. No.
No?
Wait.
You
I-
ask people?
What?
No, when you're in the
Oh.
bathroom washing your hands, like if you're out to dinner or somewhere, you look and see that you're out. Your
Of
nose
course you
is
do.
clean.
Well, yeah, but
Yeah.
I don't blow my nose that much that I really think about. I'm not a big nose blower. Sometimes in the morning I'll
I don't
sneeze.
make, but I don't make that noise. I have a very loud sneeze. That's a hereditary thing.
I muffle my sneeze.
Well, you got to milk
you,
it.
you can
You
blow
gotta-
an eyeball out of your head with that.
Do you?
You know,
when,
in my case, it might improve.
when did you start prepping a sneeze so you don't hurt your back? Because that just started
Oh.
happening to me.
About 2 years ago.
Really? It just
I have
started
to prepare
happening.
myself.
Yeah.
I get low, so I don't hurt the back.
I'm doing that.
See, but I have a condition. I have an actual condition. I forget the name of it.
Backsel shoot. Yeah.
No, I don't. I have a condition where if I go from dark to light, I sneeze.
Really?
Me and my kid every time.
If
There
you
is
walk
something
in-
about going outside.
Yeah.
What
in
about
the
light
sun
to
makes
dark?
you sneeze.
Is that
No.
so? If you
Dark
walk
to light.
Wow.
It's the dilating of the pupil,
Wow.
and it
There
makes
is a
me
reason
sneeze.
for
I never heard of it.
And my kid has it, and we'll both walk out of a store at the same time. Go, bah!
Wow.
Do you know where else you sneeze? When you're drinking red wine because they have sulfates, you will sneeze. If you
Yes, I've heard that.
since I drink so much red wine,
Yeah, I
I'm
know.
constantly sneezing. But no, it will make you sneeze.
Okay, so you don't want to blow your nose like that in public. You just can't. It's just there's other human beings around.
Yeah, just go somewhere to do it.
But I don't understand the loudness of it. I mean, it's horrible. Oh, there's our pizza. Yeah, so I sneeze pretty violently. I've made my nose bleed sometimes sneezing. But I don't do that in public.
I was just saying that must be attractive.
Oh, you know what else? Okay, this is absolutely drives me crazy. When I go to the gym, there's a guy that and I hate the treadmill, but I do it sometimes. And there's a guy, and I swear I don't know why people do this. He's an older guy. He's on the treadmill, and every 5 seconds he goes, "Ha!
Oh, I hate that.
Ha!"
Is that a cough?
I don't know what. I have no idea. But he does it the entire time he's on the treadmill. And I keep staring at him, hoping he'll see me. But I think he's completely... That's the other thing. Stop being oblivious. Be a little self-aware.
Oh, people are not.
Please be self-aware. If your ass crack is showing, you can address that. Please do that. Please. If you ever look in the mirror before you walk out of the house, in case you have something in your ear or your nose. Just
Or
be
your eye, the corner
Whatever.
of your eye.
If you have sleep in your eye, wipe it out. But please be self-aware. Isn't that the least you could do for your fellow man? What else can people do for themselves? Talking
Or
loud on
fellow
the phone.
Man or woman. Yeah.
No, having a speakerphone
Right.
conversation where you're hearing both sides
Right.
of it.
Mike
It's like,
did it
Don't
today.
you want privacy?
The cigar lounge before you showed up. Mike, it was him, somebody else, and me. Silence. The girl's asking to borrow money, and he puts it on. I literally was going to get up there and say, Mike, that's rude. Go outside or shut it. And she was on speaker, and he was on speaker. And what
He's
happened?
probably doing a FaceTime or something where he had a picture, but let's
why?
not
Whatever.
excuse.
No, but
no
here's,
excuse.
here's what's interesting. There was a couple guys I was talking. We all stopped talking.
No, I
Because
know.
so you end up stop talking till he gets off the phone because it's not like a conversation. It's a phone thing. And it's so rude that he just talked to this girl. And she wanted to borrow money. He said, I don't have it right now. And
Really?
yeah.
I mean, I don't like
for
a
about 5
lounge. If
minutes.
my kid calls me, she FaceTimes me. I get up and I
Yeah,
go
you go
around the
along.
corner.
Yeah.
You guys go.
Yeah.
I just don't. What is it? This entitlement
I
bullshit?
think I think it's
I just
selfish.
think-
And I think I hate. It's like they're not
Courtesy
aware.
is gone.
You know what it is?
No
He's
self-awareness.
No self-awareness. I know if a phone rings. And
I
I'm
think
sitting-
it's worse than that. Like when I'm in Costco and there's people talking on a speakerphone, both sides of it, they know what they're doing. I would think, isn't it? Don't you want privacy? But I think the intent is to infringe on the people around them. I think people intentionally want to.
They're more important than you, or they're more?
I don't really know.
Or they just don't give a shit.
I think they want to infringe on your peace.
I think it's selfishness. I think they don't understand that everyone else can hear. They think, oh, people are shopping. They don't care.
Important.
I'm on my phone.
Yeah,
I'm saying. I think it's unaware that you.
No, they're walking around going, I'm important, and you have to be subjected to this.
Well, I don't think they do it consciously. I think what they think is, it doesn't matter because they're not involved in the conversation.
Because it all revolves around me.
Yeah. I got a call. I need to handle it, and these people are shopping. They don't care. Instead of realizing,
I think it's all about me. It's like somebody cuts you off in a car. You do something, they give you the finger. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's the same kind of. It's like it's all. I'm here and screw everybody else. But I mean, you can't.
Well, thinking about the guys that do it, like the guy Rich, guy Mike. They do it. They're both completely different personalities, and one I think is completely narcissistic thing. The other one isn't. I think he's just not aware that we don't care.
What did you say? See, I think courtesy is gone.
Yeah.
I think maybe because we live in this shithole of LA, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But maybe there's no courtesy anymore.
I always, if I get a phone call, even if people are talking amongst themselves, if I'm in the, I want to go away so I don't bother them with a phone call.
But it's also you want privacy, don't you?
That too, but mostly I just don't want. People are having a conversation. Somebody gets a phone call. Everybody seems to stop and listen to the phone call.
You know what? Maybe it's this. Maybe because everybody's so used to putting all their business on Facebook, on Twitter, that it's just natural for them to just say, yeah, I'm just going to talk to my friend about whatever.
But, the other side of this, and it's not a conversation, but with, like, I mean, we spend so much time meeting and talking and smoking that I reference the lounge, but if you're watching something on your phone, a movie, a TV show, a video, like, I don't want to hear that.
Yeah,
you really shouldn't be, we shouldn't have to hear a disconnected audio track of something.
Nobody, listen, you talking in a conversation in a cigar store is different. Different people talk.
I don't even want the TV on, the volume on.
But when someone starts
on no volume.
When someone starts to listen to something, it shuts out normal conversation.
Yeah.
It becomes like everybody stops and listens. Or like in a bank, when people are sitting at the teller and they get a phone call, and they will
take
talk
the phone
on
call.
the phone. And the guy's, it's like, I don't need to hear that.
It's just
it's rude.
self-involved.
To me, it's rude. It's self-indulgent.
Self-indulgent.
Yeah, I agree.
That's what I liked about Ted White. He had no qualm about...
Shay, shut up!
If there was a speakerphone, he goes, I hear a speakerphone. And he would, like, shut him down immediately.
I mean, every time I've been at a bank, no matter what call I get, if I get it, I immediately shut my phone off.
I'm driving the other day, and I for what it's worth, I'm driving, and both lanes turn onto the freeway like this, right? And I'm in the left lane here, and I start to turn. This woman decides to go straight.
Oh yeah.
And out of my peripheral vision, I went, what is she doing? And I whipped the wheel over to the left, and I went straight. She got in behind me. Didn't say a word to me.
Wow.
Had the mask on.
Huh.
Like this. And I went, okay, that's who she is. All about her and her friggin' mask. I was so pissed off. Yeah. But she was... You know what? Maybe we're the assholes. How about that? Maybe we're the guys that just obey the rules and screw those guys. How about that?
I don't. It's interesting because you would think the people wearing masks in their cars, which everybody that I know, 90% of the people think that's ridiculous in your car alone, even if you're a mask wearer.
I wonder if it's isolated to California.
No, I think you have maybe more in California. But what I was going to say is a person like that, I think that has to be virtual signaling. That's all it's got to be.
But
then
you
why
almost
would
hit me.
Why do they also not drive that well? Or they also are unaware. Oh, here's
again, I think it's entitled.
Unaware of what's going on
self-aware.
around. Yeah, they're not. and
Nobody's aware of their own things or anything else.
So knowing that you don't need to wear a mask in your car alone, driving with the windows up, they also don't have awareness that they need to drive. Okay, that makes sense.
There's no courtesy, there's no respect, there's no thank. Anyway, we've talked about this.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, those are the things. Some of the things you shouldn't do in public. See you later. See up my nose with the